Box office validation was thorough just to give, I guess, filmmakers the confidence to allow a certain budget movie to be made on me, and I need that reassurance. Yeah, and how amazing is it that we can make a film today? I mean, hopefully we can, with a talent like, hypothetically of course, with like, I don't know, Allu Arjun, with like maybe a Bhansali directing it, with like a Sai Pallavi even acting in it, or like a Roshan Matthew, or like a Nivin Pauly. I think that the South industry has been cultivating its fan base in Hindi audiences for a very long time. I think that Telugu and Tamil films dubbed in Hindi have been getting the highest ratings on television for the longest time. I wish there was a universe in which one could just shoot movies without ever having to announce, confirm, deny, or clarify anything. My director, the entire team on the film, I think they're very helpful and they're very patient working with such stalwart actors, and it's my first time doing a Telugu film, so I think they're being very considerate. And yeah, I mean, they sent me the dialogues yesterday and they're always just a call away to kind of handhold me through it, and I'm just very grateful that this is my first Telugu film experience, because I think the team is lovely.
But I think there are also
It's been a long time coming. I think that for Indian cinema, and I understand that, you know, we have such a diverse audience, such different regions, and there's so many different regional cinema has always been a big part of the Indian film industry. But I think of late we've been seeing regional films doing the kind of businesses that one would anticipate a mainstream film to do, and I think that says a lot about where we are as a society culturally. I think that we seek truth, we seek new ideas, we seek honesty in our art, and an honest representation and depiction of our you to do all of these things, like Kantara, for example. And I knew so little about that culture, that village, those practices, and now all of a sudden it's done what I think 200 crores worth of business. So imagine the amount of people that have seen that film and consumed that culture. And less, I think it was like 11, and I think that's astounding. So I don't think it's a phase. I think that and this goes for, I guess, any format of or any profession, I think we're stronger united and stronger together than we are divided. And I think especially with cinema, because it's the one thing that binds all of us together. Make a film today, I mean, hopefully we can, with a talent like, hypothetically of course, with like, I don't know, Allu Arjun, with like maybe a Bhansali directing it, with like a Sai Pallavi even acting in it, or like a Roshan Matthew, or like a Nivin Pauly, or like, I don't know, or like these amazing Bengali actors. And the possibilities are endless, and I think that's so exciting.
yeah.
The South industry has been cultivating its fan base in Hindi audiences for a very long time. I think that um, Telugu and Tamil films dubbed in Hindi have been getting the highest ratings on television for the longest time. I remember watching Indra the Tiger as a kid. So yeah, I think that they've been cultivating and developing their fan base for a very long time. And like, what amazing talent, what amazing conviction, what stories they have, as do we. So I think it's I don't know if I don't know if borrowing from each other is the right word, but I think we're definitely, like I said, we're coming each other stronger.
So
My father has given some statement without consulting anyone. I don't know what announcement he's making. I really think it's too early to talk about anything. I don't know what my father has said. I read producer. So I think it's too early to talk about. I would rather talk about Devra and Mahi and Ulaj, because those are the sets that I have been on. Those are the films that I definitely know are going to come out. I wish there was a universe in which one could just shoot movies without ever having to announce, confirm, deny, or clarify anything. I wish we could just like quietly sumdi mein kaam khatam karke घर पे बैठ जाओ और film release होने दो. I know, but like cinema, right? Like that the idea of cinema is to watch the film. I don't know what the world can learn from articles that are speculation.
And just
Yes,
to
I'm
understand,
familiar with
yeah, just to understand
a
that
mammoth
side.
production house.
I mean,
And in a lot of things, but
it's a lesson in storytelling.
oh, there's a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot that people don't know and
Yeah.
probably will never know. Um, but no, I think I can't compare what I've done so far to. I don't think I would have that kind of wisdom or expertise to impart to audiences as someone like not speak right now, especially because I think in the past couple of months I've spoken a lot, like too much. I would really rather.
Especially based if it was Millie and Gunjan Saxena, both of which got you Filmfare nomination. And I couldn't keep my eyes off you, and you managed.
Thank you. That's sweet. I forgot the question because I got excited by the
question
compliments.
The question.
I'm happy with where I mean, obviously, I'm not happy with where I am, but of course, having that stamp of a box office number would have made a difference in the sense that doing the kind of films that I want to do and telling the kind of stories that I want to tell, they also require a certain budget. And I think that producers and directors would have had a lot more reassurance to get the kind of budgets came with the backing of, just like evidence of like, yes, my name gets this theatrically. I think that I'm fortunate enough that producers and directors still back me based on, I guess some evidence that they have with, again, that this is a very technical discussion. There are a lot of variables. What an actor is this relevant even, like what an actor can get you digitally, having this kind of cast, what kind of recovery you make, all of these things. So there are a lot of permutation combinations, but yes, having the validation of a box office number would have, not just for me, but I think for the makers that I'm working with, I think it would have made their life a lot easier as well. um, I know that coming off of Dhadak and having that box office number attached to my name allowed me to do Gunjan as my second film, allowed the makers to believe in me enough to let me do a film that was on my shoulders. Then again, like it released on Netflix. So my last box office validation was Dhadak. And I think I need another one just to give, I guess, filmmakers the confidence to allow a certain budget movie to be made on me. And I need that reassurance as well. And nothing feels as good as people filling into theaters and celebrating you on the big screen. No
I know
review
this.
and no critical acclaim can matter. The only thing that matters is I want to tell like stories of my country. I want to know the people of my country. I want to be able to speak to them. I want to know what moves them. I want to know what their problems are. I want to be able to think like them and feel like them. And sitting in LA, going to Malibu on the weekend isn't going to cut it. It just makes you so detached and jaded if you can't see it for what it is.
Yeah, well said. So it's a completely different. This such a fabulous job you're doing with your Instagram.
I do, but there's nothing that I enjoy more than being on set.
Yeah.
Like I think it's been a month now since I was on set last, and I just become like crazier and crazier every day. It was like a life jacket being thrown at me because now I have like a character and like scenes that I can work on and get like consume myself, get consumed by. So yeah, I enjoy all of that. But what I've observed about myself is that when I'm doing all of that without the balance of having a genuine creative outlet, I start feeling very hollow and disgusted with myself. Like I just start feeling unfulfilled.
But are you only going to get into character?
Not work at, but I think there's an element of being a little measured that has started to come into play. Um, I wouldn't take many things very seriously. I wouldn't take it seriously how accessible I was seeming, how frequently I was being spotted, how people were perceiving me. None of these things were um, ever considerations in my head. But I mean, off late, I've just been feeling like all I want to do with my time is be on a film set, work towards being on a film set, finding stories I want to tell, and trying to preserve the sanctity of that, which also means not getting too carried away in the noise of being a personality, like a star personality, because I think, not a star person, I think I'd like to be a star personality, but I think like a very accessible personality. I don't know if I'm being clear, but
Yeah.
I think that takes away from art, and I wouldn't want anything to dilute how serious I am about my art, because I really am.
You know, it's one thing to have an amazing, and it's another thing to be able to market it well. And I think you know, and your comedy bone is on great display there. And
Really?
yeah, between being this really cool public
That's sweet. I didn't look at it like that.